This is Nightline.
Tonight,
Pam, did you have anything to do with your husband's murder?
the widow and the wiretap. Pamela Smart's new fight to get out of prison.
Your new lawyer is arguing that your constitutional rights were violated.
They were.
And that you didn't get a fair trial.
I did not.
Convicted in a sensational trial of being an accomplice to murder, getting her teen lover to kill her husband.
I pulled the trigger.
The new petition that could set her free.
The audio evidence and the transcripts were the smoking gun of the case.
Plus, toxic mom group? Hilary Duff speaks out after those toxic mom group allegations on the Call Her Daddy podcast.
I just was like, whoa, it sucks to read something that's like not true. The timing felt not great, and I felt used.
The squabble making headlines as Duff gears up for a nearly sold-out global tour featuring her first new album in more than a decade, with new hits like Roommates. What she said about her husband's fierce response to the drama, and movers rescuing a kidnapped toddler. How they did it, all caught on camera.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Deborah Roberts. Tonight, a fresh look at the evidence in one of the nation's first televised explosive true crime stories. That's the case of Pamela Smart, who was convicted of plotting with her teen lover to kill her husband. Could these new findings change her fate? Here's Nightline co-anchor Juju Chang.
Micro cassette player, ordered straight from the 1990s. Pain in the ass to find. And this is a recording. A juror declares she didn't convict Pam Smart because she was guilty or evidence in trial, but on media. This is so old, I've been cautious not to play it. I've only played it once, and this is the first time I'm going to play it for anybody else.
The world was told she was a teacher who took a teenage lover and began an affair that led to murder.
This really was the trial of the century long before OJ, a major media circus.
I pulled the trigger.
What did she eventually tell you?
That she was going to have somebody kill Greg.
He was defendant guilty or not guilty of the offense charged?
Guilty.
There is still only one person in the state of New York who is sitting in prison tonight with a sentence of life with absolutely no possibility of parole.
Smart has now served more than 30 years in prison for her role in her husband's 1990 murder. All of her appeals have been denied.
Pam Smart never should have gone to prison. She was convicted based on false evidence. So we filed a petition to get her back in court to get a fair trial.
Hi, how are you? It's been a long time. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm all right.
Hi. My name is Pamela Smart. I'm accused of being an accomplice to the murder of my husband, Greg, but I am not guilty.
You've been through many appeals processes. Your new lawyer is arguing that your constitutional rights were violated.
They were.
During trial, and that you didn't get a fair trial.
I did not.
In 1990, Smart worked for the school district as a media coordinator. At 22, she was accused of convincing her 15-year-old lover, Billy Flynn, and some of his friends to kill her husband, Greg.
Pam, did you have anything to do with your husband's murder?
Pam Smart was charged with accomplice to murder 1, conspiracy to commit murder, and witness tampering. We often hear of the O.J. Simpson double murder trial as being the trial of the century. Well, guess what? Pamela Smart's case was the very first murder trial to ever be televised, gavel to gavel.
In episodes 1 through 8, I broke down who the players are, how the media twisted a story to create an image of Pamela Smart that she's never been able to shake off. Early on in the process of the podcast, when I was starting to investigate, looking through case files, things like that, I was introduced to Matt Zernhalt, who is Pam's attorney.
Hey.
How's it going, buddy?
Good.
This unlikely duo has been reinvestigating the strongest arguments for Pam's petition for more than a year and a half.
We found quite a few issues that denied her what she's constitutionally due. I'm now representing her in a petition to challenge her conviction.
The New Hampshire Attorney General's office saying, in part, we will be responding to the habeas petition with an appropriate pleading before the Superior Court. Over the past 35 years, Pam has filed multiple appeals to overturn her conviction or ask for mercy, parole, resentencing, clemency. Each attempt rejected.
Without the tapes, it would have been impossible to put her in jail.
Now she's moving to a kind of last-ditch effort, which is called a habeas petition. They are very, very hard to win.
Her real-time thoughts about how that impacted the jurors every day with the camera.
The first issue is that the state manipulated evidence. Presented at trial were one telephone recording, a wiretap, and then 2 body taps of a secret conversation with Pam, instigated by a young student, Cecilia.
This is a conversation recorded between Cecilia Pierce and Pamela Smart.
Who is Cecilia Pierce? A teen girl that fell under the spell of Pam Smart like the other students did.
Cecilia had just heard that she was going to be indicted for helping the boys locate a gun for murder. So she met with the police and she put on a wire to try and elicit incriminating statements.
I'm just sick of lying, you know. Well, I'm just telling you that if you tell the truth, it's going to be an accessory to murder. Right. Now you know you're going to be on the witness stand. And they're just going to put you on there, and I'm going to say, did you know? You're going to say no. Did Pam do this? No. If you tell the truth, you are probably going to be arrested.
The audio tapes were absolute. They played them in front of the whole court, in front of the jury, everybody.
So I think he's in the car. I'm just going to sit and wait for out here. She doesn't have any to come on when I get going, because my mother doesn't let me keep the car for too long.
The state presented transcripts to the jury the first time they heard it to read along.
The transcripts were created by an unknown person in the DA's office. They were never certified. When I actually see the transcripts for the first time, and I now have an access to the actual wiretaps. I'm listening and I'm reading along. I'm doing what the jury was doing. I'm going, yeah, that's what I'm hearing, that's what I'm hearing. And then I hear one word off. And I thought, okay, well, if there's one word off here, are there other words off? And why is this one word off? And that moment was a big aha moment for me.
Do you think you said the things that the prosecutor's office filled in on tape?
Not all of them, absolutely not, no.
When we realized how biased the transcript was and that we couldn't really hear the words assigned by the state, and we started reaching out to experts in the field of cognitive bias.
Cognitive bias refers to things that impact how we think. It's just how our brains are wired. And normally, it's not a bad thing. It's not the end of the world. But in criminal investigations, the stakes are much higher. If we know that people can look at the same piece of evidence and come to different conclusions, one of them has to be wrong. My name is Marian Davidson, and I am assistant lecturing professor at Loyola University, Maryland in the Department of Forensic Science.
So we are going to continue on our lecture for reading and summarizing scientific articles.
We were lucky to be able to partner with Professor Davidson in submitting the audio and alternative transcripts to a sample jury to see, did this actually result in cognitive bias? Did this affect the outcome?
Most of the data in the middle, and
we had 191 participants, and the important thing about them is that they were all eligible to serve on a jury. So our participants, as closely as we could, mimicked the jury that would have been involved in the original Pam Smart case. In this study, we picked clips from the transcript that were particularly incriminating. For example, "You killed some guy." But when we listened to that same section in the audio, it was unclear. And some people heard a different phrase, like "you helped some guy." Thank you so much for being here today. Overall, what's gonna happen is I'm going to play some clips of audio, and you guys are just going to write down what you hear. We have 3 groups. Each group is getting a different piece of paper. Group 1 has nothing on the paper. They are not getting any transcript. Group 2 is getting the transcript that is from the original trial, and Group 3 is getting the transcript that is alternative but plausible. What are we hearing?
You helped that guy.
You helped that guy.
Killed that guy.
You killed that guy. Okay, so both helped and killed.
Is it fair to say you guys were not super confident in what you had heard?
Yeah, not confident at all.
That's the gist of our study. If you are given a transcript and the audio is low quality, it sets a primer, it makes an expectation, and then that is how you interpret what you hear. It's very possible that without the audio and the transcripts, Pam wouldn't have been convicted.
After many appeals, Pamela Smart has been granted a hearing for the first time on those charges in this petition. But Juju tells us that the hearing has been postponed and no new date has been set. To see what the students heard on those tapes, you can watch Impact by Nightline, The Widow and the Wiretap, now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu. And now a look ahead at tomorrow's show, the horrifying story of 2 teens obsessed with slasher movies killing their classmate and documenting the lead up and the aftermath on video.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, I just killed Cassie.
And when we come back, Hilary Duff speaks her truth after that famous mom group drama went full blast. After the break. Welcome back. These days, lots of young mothers belong to mom groups. It's a great way to support each other through the highs and lows of parenting. But sometimes drama creeps in. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
It's the famous mom group drama people can't stop talking about.
It's like the toxic mom group drama just got messier. I don't know if I'm the only one that is just like so happy that there's Disney Channel mom drama.
Everyone will recover from this. Like, Hilary's gonna be fine. Ashley, she's gonna be fine.
All of this was really kicked off by an essay that Ashley Tisdale wrote and talked about how she had to leave her toxic mom group. We've been waiting to get Hilary Duff's side of the story, and she finally has weighed in on the Call Her Daddy podcast.
Every single person was talking about it, and then through speculation and then people connecting the dots, like it kind of was.
I don't really think people had to connect very many dots.
It took like a day.
It all started back in January when actress Ashley Tisdale French, who rose to fame as Mean Girl Sharpay Evans in Disney's High School Musical.
There are a lot of supporting roles in the show. I'm sure we can find something for you.
Became embroiled in her own kind of high school drama. In an article published in The Cut, she put her mom group on full blast, calling them toxic, writing that while at first she was certain she had found her village, over time she felt frozen out and excluded, leaving her to worry that she was not cool enough. Eventually, she says she broke up with the group, texting them, "This is too high school for me and I don't want to take part in it anymore." In the essay, Tisdale French never said who was part of that group.
The fact that Ashley did not initially name names in this essay made this probably a bigger story than it would have been in the first place, because everyone wanted to play detective to try and figure out who exactly she was talking about.
Some people pointing to social media posts showing Tisdale with a group of friends that include singer Meghan Trainor and fellow Disney star Hilary Duff. Last month, Trainor responding to the drama with some not so subtle TikToks.
You have to believe me. Please. You have to believe me.
And now Hilary Duff, who took the world by storm as the relatable teen Lizzie McGuire.
I think I like someone. Lizzie, everyone knows about your crush on Ethan Kraft.
Giving her side of the story in that interview on the Call Her Daddy podcast.
How did you feel when it came out and when you read it?
I felt really sad. I honestly felt really sad. I was like pretty taken aback and felt just like sad. I have like tons of different groups of mom friends because I have 4 kids, you know, so I think I just was like, whoa, it sucks to read something that's like not true. And it sucks on behalf of like 6 women in all of their lives.
The women weren't the only ones to weigh in on the drama. Hilary Duff's own husband, singer Matthew Coma, had parodied the Cut article in an Instagram story, writing, "When you're the most self-obsessed, tone-deaf person on earth, other moms tend to shift focus to their actual toddlers." Duff addressing his clapback on Call Her Daddy.
How did you feel when you opened your phone and hubby had chimed in?
Honestly, everything he does makes me laugh. So I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. But I also don't censor him and I don't tell him what he can and can't post. He is so like fierce for me. And like, I love him for that.
ABC News reached out to Tisdale French, but did not hear back. Duff, who is having a huge moment in her career, says the timing of the article seemed questionable as she was getting ready to release her first album in more than a decade.
I think it came at like the craziest time where I was like, the timing felt not great and I felt used.
Her new album, titled Luck or Something, with a top 5 debut on the Hits magazine chart, with songs like Roommates that explores the complex dynamics of a long-term relationship. She's also getting ready for a massive world tour that includes 2 sold-out shows at MSG.
This is the most visible that we've seen Hilary Duff in a really long time. The toxic mom drama is probably the least of Hilary Duff's concern.
Our thanks to Rhiannon. When we come back, the rescue caught on camera. Movers saving a kidnapped toddler. How did they do it? Finally tonight, a moving crew foils a kidnapping and saves a little girl. An Amber Alert for an abducted child led to a dramatic rescue in Arizona.
That's exactly what she looks like.
What began as a regular Sunday morning for Ralph Volmert of Camelback Moving and his crew quickly turns into a potentially life and death situation.
I pulled up the Amber Alert because he's like, that little girl just ran right past me.
Security guard took a picture of her.
After the moving crew got news, a convenience store security guard called the police for an Amber Alert sighting.
I'm about to just park in front of them.
The crew jumping into action, blocking the truck of the alleged kidnappers.
Oh my God, that's her.
Yeah.
Is it really? Yep, that's her. It looks like her.
We weren't trying to make it known that we were sitting there blocking them. We didn't want them to try to, leave the scene.
Police issuing an alert for 2-year-old Kilani Rogers the day before. Investigators saying she was believed to be with a woman later identified as Marina Noriega.
The lady and child actually walked past him as he was getting his coffee. We all decided that's definitely her. That's when we decided we're going to block him in. We're going to make sure that this child gets home.
You can see there the driver glancing toward the movers. Officers arriving on the scene within minutes. And thankfully, Kilani rescued in good health. Police taking Noriega into custody and lauding the quick thinking of those movers at the Quick Trip.
I also have not seen the resolution to an Amber Alert myself. It's a very cool feeling.
That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here tomorrow at the same time. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.